Good morning, everyone. It's a bit damp today to be painting in the greenhouse because I hope to have it finished. So I'm inside doing some domestic chores. And last year I treated myself to some lovely woolly socks, and trying to put them on this morning, this one has ended up full of holes. So I've been darning. And it got me to thinking, I have a lot of herbs dried actually that are pest repellents. So I've got some lavender, I've got some tansy, and I've got some wormwood. So I thought to myself, I'm going to make some little moth repellent bags for the drawers upstairs, but also show you how to make a natural flea collar for dogs. So this is one I've just made. It's a little bandana that we put around Jazz. And I'm going to make one for Brock now as well. And I suppose a few people have been asking how our dogs remain healthy. And one of the reasons is that we do use natural products as far as possible. So when they get their once or twice yearly bath, it would be with a natural shampoo. And now I'm going to make these another flea collar. So I have some wormwood. But the main ingredient is tansy. It is a natural repellent. And I dried this from the flowers that were outside, the plants that were outside. And I must say, it smells, when you crumble the leaves, they're extremely aromatic. And they smell just like hospitals used to smell. You know, that strong disinfectant smell. So I'm just going to pull all the leaves off and roughly crush them into this bowl. There's enough there now for one little extra flea collar. So tansy does contain chemicals that repel pests. So they're great to have in your garden anyway. But when you use, oh, the smell, it's incredible. It just smells so clean and wholesome in a kind of medicinal anti-pest disinfectant kind of way. Oh, it's quite pleasant. So I've got a little bit of fabric here, and it's so simple. It's a square that I've doubled over, and I'm just going to sew it up and then stuff it with the herbs, and there you go. That's the natural flea collar. But I think our dogs also are healthy because they don't get any rubbish. They don't get any like treats that are full of cereal, but they're also outside a lot, and they're on the ground, and they're constantly earthing when they're running around and playing. So tansy is extremely aromatic. As I said, it really reminds me of the smell of disinfectant in hospitals when I was a child. Not that I was in a hospital very often. I had my tonsils out and I broke my arm once. But it's that comforting, clean smell that you know you're going to be safe when that smell is there. I must say, though, that because it is so aromatic, that is telling us that the oils in this plant are extremely powerful. So we would use this plant with caution if we're taking it as a medicine for internal worms, for example. It's not really used very often these days, but if it's going to repel internal pests and parasites, it's going to do the same externally. So I think it's a brilliant choice to put into the flea collars for the dogs, and should deter ticks and fleas and any other blood-sucking creatures that might want to hitch a ride. Also, the wormwood is going to do the same job. Wormwood is a worm deterrent, is again very aromatic. And then I'm going to put in some lavender because that's traditionally been used to deter moths. So when I've made the flea collar, the rest of this plant material is going to go into some moth repellent little bags so that I don't end up with any other socks full of holes. We got Jazz in 2017. And about 3 years later, we decided it would be nice if she had a companion, some dog company. And that's when we got Brock. But we introduced them carefully because, you know, to presume that because they're both dogs they're going to be best of friends didn't work with the dog we had in the past. So we had to be sure that they would get on well, and they just took to each other straight away. They complement each other, black and white, white and black, big and small, male and female. And they've turned into the best of friends and best of companions. And I think having each other really enhances their life. And, you know, when you're happy, you're healthy. Okay, so that is made. Just turn it inside the right way, and then I'll fill it with the herbs. Well, I won't fill it. It'll be flat against the animal, against little Brock. So just put a few handfuls in. I'll just sew up this little corner, and then Brock can have his new flea collar. Brock, not you, Jazz, you've got yours. Come on, Brock. Good girl, sit, sit. Good girl, Jazz, sit. So Brock's got his little bandana on. Look at you, and look at you, Jazz. Let's go. Come on. Sit, Brock. Sit. Good. Sit. So here they are in their bandanas, their flea collars, and the herb little packets are resting on their chest and around the neck. And hopefully when they're running around now in the grass and the undergrowth, they're going to be free from any pests. And they look lovely as well, don't they? Are you ready? Come on then, this way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. I hope you enjoyed today's film. If you did, subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And have a look at the website danusirishherbgarden.com for more information about us and about the herbal medicine courses I offer and the Wise Woman Way training. And if you go to the shop, you can find the books, the weed handbooks, and other herbal goodies. And remember, we put a new film out every Sunday. So looking forward to seeing you next week.